We're back to League 2 action now, and I'm going to take you through all the upcoming fixtures in League 2. And I'm going to take you through what I think is going to happen, and then I'm going to give it over to you guys of fans of League 2 clubs and other clubs around the world and country. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, and I want you to tell me exactly what you think for this weekend's fixtures in the 4th division in English football. So here we go. We're going to get started. And like I said, every game will be given my prediction. And then I want you guys to tell me what yours will be. Let's start. The first game we're going to talk about is AFC Wimbledon hosting Barrow. This is a very interesting situation because Wimbledon last weekend won 2-0 at Crawley, so they're going to be having a lot of confidence there, whilst Barrow have actually been having a very, very good season, and they beat Harrogate by 1-0 last weekend. Barrow are basically proving a lot of people wrong so far. The style of football is really good, and with their manager in charge, they've just automatically grabbed on to what their manager wants to achieve, and Pete Wild's just doing wonders at Barrow. You know, these early points in seasons are so important. And I'm sure Pete Wild will be thinking, hell yeah, let's go and get wins here. Let's go and upset a few people. And that's what they've been doing so far. They're hosting AFC Wimbledon. Wimbledon obviously have had a difficult time lately. And about the minute a third, and Wimbledon are down in 10th. So they've had a solid start, but I think maybe their fans wanted a little bit more. But Johnny Jackson, they're just getting, I think they're just starting to find a balance so far. So this is a difficult game, where only lost one game, Barrow, so far. They've won 4. I'm going to go for a Barrow win here, Got to be honest, I fancy Barrow to get a result. I think it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to go AFC Wimbledon 1, Barrow 2. Pete Wild is just early on really, really pulling up some trees. Can he continue? I believe so. What do you guys think? Second match, Bradford City up against Crewe. We talk about Barrow and then we talk about Bradford. All I can say with Bradford is, you'd say that's a decent start. 7 points from the first 5 games. You'd say, that's not terrible. It's pretty good. Solid, but maybe not as strong as I think Bradford thought they were going to be. And their opponents, Crewe, have had a strong start of the season. Crewe, they're in 7th place, so they're in a strong place. Obviously the League Cup result has quickly gone out of their minds, and that's good. They've not let that sort of give them a hangover. But it's Bradford and Valley Parade, Bradford Valley Parade. I'm actually going to go a draw here. I'm going to go Bradford City 2, Crewe Alexandra 2. At the minute, right now, I can't say Bradford will definitely win. Crewe, I think, will probably, in general, just edge it. But I'm going to go 2-2 between Bradford and Crewe. Hey, what a rhyme. But I can't split them. It's very indecisive. So 2-2 for me. Let me know yours. And the third game is Carlisle United hosting Gillingham. Now, Carlisle United are only on match day 5 for them. Even though this is match day 6, they've only played 4 games. So, their league position, don't think too much about it. In 14th place though, not the best of records so far. But you never know how things could change. They host Gillingham, who, in their own right, have not had the best of starts. Gillingham are down in 20th. Only 1 win in the first 5 games. Neil Harris really hasn't had probably the effect that he thought he was going to have. But this is a difficult one. I actually fancy Carlisle due to the fact that I think, that they believe in their manager. They've got a good style of play. They have got some good attacking players at Carlisle. They did lose last time out, but it just feels like more of a reliable choice. So I'm going to say Carlisle 2, Gillingham 0. Gillingham, they need to get a result and need to find it soon. Can they get it against Carlisle? Let me know down below and we'll find out. Next is Harrogate Town up against Newport County. Now, Harrogate, again, they're a team that's doing really, really well this season so far. Everyone thought they'd be, struggling, but 5 games into their season, they lie just in the top half of the division on 7 points. A credible start for Harrogate. Obviously losing out last time out, they'll be a bit disappointed with that, but they're not an easy team. They're not an easy outfit, so it could be quite an interesting game. Newport County not really found their feet so far. They're starting to, but not really found their feet. Newport County are down in 19th. They did win last time out. But I think it's going to be one of the... this is a game where I am going for the home side because I just think that Harrogate, they're proving already to be a tough side. Will they punch above their weight? A lot of people have them down near the bottom of the league or even getting relegated. So, these early points are so important to teams like Harrogate. And so far they're doing it. I think that continues. I am going to go Harrogate Town 1, Newport County 0 is my choice for this game. I don't expect much to be in it. But knowing how tough Harrogate is to go to, I'm going just on that purpose. Next, we have Leyton Orient against Hartlepool United. This, to me, and I'm not being disrespectful towards Hartlepool, this is probably the easiest, or probably one of the easiest decisions for me to make. Leyton Orient, obviously they're doing really well in the league. They're top of the league. So not only are they doing really well, they are leading the league on goal difference, though. And Hartlepool are teetering at the minute just above the relegation zone with 2 points. No wins in the first 5 games. Leyton Orient will know they've got to show up against Hartlepool. No games are a gimme, not by any stretch of the imagination. No games are gimme, but it is one that I do fancy Leyton Orient to win fairly comfortably, much to the point that I believe it is going to actually be Leyton Orient 3, Hartlepool United 1 I'm going to go for. But, Leyton Orient are flying so far, unbeaten so far. So, I can't see that changing Brisbane Road on Saturday. Northampton Town now host Doncaster Rovers. Now here's a pick'em. You've got Doncaster Rovers in 5th, play Northampton Town in 4th. So Northampton obviously missed out on the final day last season. They've started solidly enough, 11 points from their first 5 games, as have Doncaster. Doncaster was the one that, was thinking, could they really spring back? Guy Sheffield is showing that to be the case, that they are meaning business. Obviously, Northampton are going to just edge it favourites-wise. I, on the other hand, think this could be a draw, and I'm gonna go Northampton Town 2, Doncaster Rovers 2. I honestly think that right now this is a game that is going to have plenty of goals in it, and I think Northampton will just be favourites because of home advantage, but at the minute League Two is hard to read right now. So I'm saying 2-2 between Doncaster and Northampton at Sixfields. Next, we go to Rochdale against Crawley. Could this be an early 6-pointer? They both really have not had good start season. It's actually the bottom 2 playing each other. Somebody's duck will end surely this weekend. Obviously, Rochdale recently let go of Robbie Stockdale. They still lost the game afterwards. Crawley, underwhelming so far. They may have got Dom Telford during the summer, who was League 2 top scorer last year. He has not found his scoring boots. Crawley Town have only scored 2 goals in the first 5 games this season. They've got a point. I don't know which way this is going to go. I really, really don't. It's at the minute Rochdale just look bereft of ideas. I know they have been linked, according to reports, for maybe a move for their former manager Keith Hill. He has distanced himself from it. Would that be a good move, Rochdale fans, if you got Keith Hill back? Would you like to see that or not? But back to the game. I hate to say at the minute, 2 sides that they look a bit toothless. They need a pick me up. I fancy Crawley to get it though. I think Crawley have got a little bit more something for them. I'm gonna go Rochdale 1, Crawley Town 2. Crawley to get their first win. Rochdale need to get results soon because you do not want to start to get cut adrift. But at the minute, I just don't see where Rochdale win's going to come from. But we'll wait and see. I'm saying 2-1 there. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. The next game is Salford City against second place Stevenage. Salford, their solid start, 10 points. 3 wins, 1 draw and a defeat. Stevenage are yet to lose. In fact, they're on the same record as Leyton Orient. This is a difficult game though for Stevenage and Steve Evans. It's amazing really what Steve Evans can do with the side. Last year they were close to relegation. This year they've absolutely started flying. I fancy Stevenage to nick this. I'm going to go for quite a few goals because Salford have got a great attack and Stevenage are showing it as well. I'm going to go for Salford City 2, Stevenage Borough 3. So, for me, I know a lot of people banter Steve Evans, but he knows how to get results in football, and he's doing it so far with Stevenage. I think it will be a tight game between themselves and Salford, but I do fancy loads of goals. So I'm saying 3-2 Stevenage. Let me know what you guys think down below. Next, Stockport County host Swindon Town. Now, Stockport have not had the start in the league that they wanted. After winning the National League last season, At the minute, after 5 games, they find themselves fifth bottom. Sorry, third bottom, not third bottom, fourth bottom. And 3 points, 1 win, and they've lost the other 4. They're at home though, so they're going to probably feel like, you should always feel like you can get it at home. They do host Swindon. This is a difficult one for Swindon. They have started okay. Swindon Town, 13th. They've started okay. I fancy a narrow Swindon win. I'm going to go for Stockport County 1, Swindon 2. But Stockport will want to prove me wrong, I'm sure, and get that only second win of the season, heading for a home game here. But I just fancy Swindon, just narrowly, 2-1 against Stockport. But we shall see what happens. Let me know, Stockport fans, what you think. Next, Sutton United host Mansfield Town. Now, Sutton got a good draw at Grimsby last time out, and Mansfield have made a strong start to the league season. 3 wins out of the first 5. Mansfield so far in 8th. Sutton are in 15th. I think Sutton are going to try and make this really, really tricky, really difficult for Mansfield, and obviously going to Sutton's never easy anyway. They're a dogged team. They're not a pretty team, but they're not there to try and be pretty, are they? They're there to try and be effective and get results. I am going to go for a win for Mansfield. From what I've said, I think Mansfield have got a bit much firepower for them. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Mansfield Town against Sutton. But I think Mansfield need to score early, because if Sutton can get it into kind of like a dogged match like they did last week at Blundell Park, then they'll scrap something. For them, it's just like, they don't want to be the second season, and so that they want to be fighters. They're probably not going to be as good as they were last year, but they're going to be looking to want to stay in the league. But I fancy Mansfield to just have a bit too much for them. Like I say, Sutton United 0, Mansfield Town 2. Next we have Tranmere Rovers as they host Colchester United. Now this one I really don't know. I mean, I think Colchester have had they've definitely had a stronger start than people thought they would. In regards to, I think they thought they'd be bottom by now. I know, it's not been a great start for them, but 4 points from the first 5, 1 win, 1 draw, and 3 defeats. But Tranmere are no different. So it's one of these games that it's anybody's, really. It's just one of those games you'd class it as anybody's. Tranmere just haven't got to grips so far. Colchester are showing some real battling qualities. I fancy Colchester to nick this. I just fancy that they're going to nick it. And I'm going to say 2-1 to Colchester United against Tranmere. Tranmere are going to want to get the form going, and what better place to do it start at home? But I'm saying Tranmere Rovers 1, Colchester United 2. And the final game is Walsall hosting Grimsby Town. Now normally I would say go and watch my video, but do, if you want an in-depth discussion about Grimsby and Walsall, I do have a prediction on there, so do go and check it out. But this game should be interesting. You've obviously got Walsall that have made a a solid start to the campaign. 8 points from their opening 5 games. Grimsby, again, they're the only other team that have played 4 times. 5 points so far for the newly promoted Mariners. This is my team, Grimsby Town, as we know. If any of you didn't see or don't see my video, I'm telling you that I think Grimsby will win, although the record at Walsall is not fantastic. But I am saying a 3-1 win for Grimsby. But if you want to know a bit more in depth about the match, do go and check the video out. It is on my channel, so check that one out. But I am saying it'll be Grimsby Town 3, Walsall 1. Now let me turn that round. Walsall 1, Grimsby Town 3, because Walsall will be at home. So I'll be at the Walsall game. And anybody else that's going to a game in League 2 or anywhere actually in the country, do go and enjoy it. And I hope your team have a successful time. Unless you're Walsall supporters, then I hope you have a torrid time. But in all the case, good luck to everybody in League 2 this weekend, and all the fans going to every single game. Do enjoy it, and I'll be back with another League 2 preview very, very soon. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.